This is my $400 dinner experience. I was invited by Rezi to attend a 2 Michelin star restaurant that costs $400 a person. They paid for my transportation. They paid for my +1 to come with me. So yeah, we were freaking out. It's a little out of the way. It took us an hour to get there from Brooklyn, but here it is. First of all, it was beautiful. Like, I would make this trip again just to walk around. So we walked over to the host stand and waited for the rest of the guests to arrive. Give us this fresh turmeric tea while we waited. And then it started off with like a tour. They showed us their bakery and told us where all their ingredients come from. Brought us into the kitchen. And side note, every single staff member here was so hot. Like, case in point, he juiced this fresh sugar cane that came straight from the farm. This was literally like sweet nectar in its purest form. The last stop before dinner was their bar, where they made us this really special drink made of yellow beets and yogurt. They also gave us the recipe for this drink, so I'm gonna leak it. Pause if you want a screenshot because dinner is about to begin. We were seated with the other influencer they invited to the event and her +1. They were lovely. And then they started us off with several courses of cold, fresh vegetables. We had these lovely radishes that we got to pluck out ourselves. And then they brought this out, which they called snip and dip. We were supposed to use the scissors to snip off our own piece of the spinach lettuce and dip it in this phytoplankton. Do not ask me what a phytoplankton is, but it was really good. It kind of tasted like seaweed. Then they came and dropped off an entire like armory of utensils, including a shovel. We got this yellow beet salad, which was a cute little callback to the drink from earlier. And then this part was funny. They just put this giant leek on our table and then walked away without saying anything. But then the next dish came and they explained that the leek was there for inspiration. I went to pick my weapon of choice, which for this dish was spoon. This was a piece of monkfish with some fennel and caviar and some other fancy things. It was unreal, and monkfish is my new favorite fish. Then they brought us 8 different vinegars and said choose one. We chose the Finger Lakes balsamic, which will become important later. For the next dish, they brought out 2 different preparations of beef. This one was very tender and just came with salt and pepper, and the other was prepared with the vinegar that we chose earlier and some veggies. Now for dessert. I don't think we were supposed to eat the hazelnuts, but this fruit in the middle was called a pawpaw. It came with some cream on top and some lime zest, and I thought this was spectacular. It tasted like a crossover between a mango and a banana, but it's a completely separate fruit. And the final dessert course was this. They keep bees on their campus, and this is a honeycomb directly from the backyard. You wouldn't think that it tastes that much different from store-bought honey, but it was so much richer and a lot darker too. We finished up the meal with a tea of choice. I chose the corn tea, which was another first, and then the car was waiting out front to take us home. The experience was so different from anything I've ever done before, but I really enjoyed it and feel so lucky and confused that Rezi chose me, but grateful nevertheless. Thanks, Daddy. I mean, Rezi.